Hello, I'm Zash, and welcome to episode 101 of my Steins Let's Read. Joining me, as always, is my co-reader Faith. And it's been a long trip, and we're getting close to the end. We're making some final decisions. We have to choose which friend to save and which friend to die. It is a tough choice for Okabe. Please enjoy this episode. I can see Kurisu more clearly now. She's huddled up against the wall.
Don't look at me.
Impossible! How can you see where I'm looking? Does she have infravision?
So you were looking.
Damn. She used leading question on me.
It was super effective.
That's such a high-level technique. I avert my eyes from Kurisu and take off my lab coat. You know, this is a nice break from all the trauma we've had over the last two recordings.
True that. God, we need it.
That's when I notice my coat is torn at the shoulder. Damn. Must have caught on something when we went inside.
What are you talking about?
Just a little tear in my coat.
Is clumsiness one of your character traits?
Yes, it makes me more moe. I mean... Don't be ridiculous. I am a mad scientist. I bear the curse of insanity, not clumsiness. It seems like forever since I've talked to Kurisu as Hoyin Kyoma.
Yeah.
Kurisu suddenly holds out her hand.
Give it here.
What?
I happen to have a sewing kit with me. I'll stitch it up for you. Who carries one of those around randomly, like?
A sewing kit? You? Maybe he tore it beforehand, she noticed, and was just keeping it handy until Okabe noticed?
Maybe, I don't know,
That is my theory for the tsundere.
It's just strange to me.
Yeah, but I'm thinking she noticed the torn,
Carry around a sewing kit. Oh, by the way, I happen to have needles.
the torn coat for a while because, Okabe would ever notice.
Okabe's a bit oblivious.
Yeah. So she was just waiting for him to notice, and then, hey, I just happen to have this sewing kit so I can be all nice and domestic for you.
This handy-dandy needle.
Yeah. And if he became too much of an ass,
with.
she can stab him with it.
True. Something wrong with that? Well, no, there's nothing wrong with sewing.
I hand over my coat as asked. You're an experiment-loving girl. You're not supposed to be domestic.
And I'm a tomboy, but I enjoy knitting, so...
Yeah.
Can't I be a domestic experiment-loving girl?
Why not? You? Domestic? Keep in mind the culinary atrocity she tried for at the party.
True, but cooking is not the only part of domesticity.
Yes.
As long as she can wash a dish and do laundry, I think she'll be okay. Relatively, maybe. Well, actually, I don't know the domesticity index for Japanese high school girls these days. Wow.
Spoken like a true scientist. There's an index for that? First I've heard of it.
Same here.
Kurisu skillfully threads the needle, despite the darkness.
It's wet, so it's kind of hard to thread.
Did you really just happen to have that on you?
Get over it already. Is it really so wrong for me to have a sewing kit?
It's not wrong. It just seems like you planned for this. Yeah, this is why I'm thinking... yeah, she did notice Okabe having a tear earlier. Just waiting for him to notice.
So you're saying I brought it with me because I somehow knew your coat was going to get ripped? Uh-huh.
Unless she has reading Steiner too.
The current idea is that they all do.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Her reading Steiner might have told her that Okabe's coat will be ripped. So...
Well, he's never said anything about it being ripped before.
Yeah, but this might not be her first loop.
True? Ridiculous. And before you get the wrong idea, I'm not fixing your coat because I want to or anything, okay? Why are you fixing it?
Tsundere stock line number 321. Nice tsundere line.
Don't mock me. You just happened to tear your clothes, and I just happened to have a sewing kit handy when you did. It's coincidence. That's all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Coincidence. I also remember from his opening, like, the very first line is, "Nothing is coincidence."
Yeah.
Hey, you didn't time leap, did you?
So now you're saying that I went back in time for the sole purpose of repairing your stupid lab coat. Uh-huh.
She did. She so did.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. There. It's so important I said it twice. Comprende?
You're right. If you had time leaped, you would have brought a towel, not a sewing kit.
What's that, sarcasm? All you do is complain.
After working for a while, Kurisu cuts the string with her teeth, then hands me back my coat.
Here.
Thanks.
By the way, it was dark, so I couldn't really see. Oh god. If it turns out bad, it's not my fault. It was dark. That's all. You don't know how to sew, do you? Oh, and I hope you like the color, because I have no idea which thread I used.
It's random?
Black, red, or pink. Those are the three possibilities.
Let's hope it's not pink. I am 100% sure she knows exactly what color it's going to be, and it's pink.
Yeah, me too.
Cold, take my coat.
But it's wet.
Well, yeah, but... Ellipses.
Ellipses.
Awkward moment. Silence again. The words flow so naturally when it's just harmless banter. But 1 second of silence, and suddenly we have nothing to say. It must be because of what happened yesterday. I'm so desperate to avoid that topic that nothing seems safe. I know I need to say something, but what?
Have you made your decision yet?
Her voice is barely a whisper, but I can hear her clearly in the silence of this empty stairwell. I look at Kurisu. She's hugging her knees to her chest, presumably against the cold. Ellipses. My decision. I know what she means. That's why I can't answer.
You still haven't made up your mind? You like Mayuri, don't you?
What? Where did that come from?
Well, she's asked it before, so it shouldn't surprise you that much.
Kurisu keeps staring into the darkness.
Probably just my imagination, but lately I've been seeing things. Like a strange sort of deja vu. In these visions, you're fighting to save Mayuri all by yourself. You never give up, no matter how much it hurts.
Ellipses. Kurisu too?
Then you come to me for help. You're so desperate, so earnest, that I just have to do what I can. Not that I'm doing it for you, okay? I just want to save Mayuri, that's all.
Ellipses.
Anyway, these images are stuck in my head, like memories.
So Kurisu's the same. She still has faint memories from previous world lines.
I tried self-analysis. Maybe I'm mistaking dreams for reality, projecting my hopes and fantasies. I don't know. There's one thing I do know. You have to save Mayuri.
Aren't you afraid? To save Mayuri, I must undo the current world line. If I do that, Kurisu will die.
Ellipses. You know, it kind of feels like we're trapped in an ancient ruin.
Kurisu suddenly changes the subject. She looks around the dark, empty stairwell.
Like the world ended.
We're not going to the last two people on Earth thing, are we?
Oh no. Yes, we are. And we're the only two people left.
Ellipses.
I've been thinking. Say you go to the Beta World line, and everyone else goes with you. What if I can't go with you? If I'm the only one left behind, would the entire world become like this place? It's just a theory, but I can't help but wonder.
I need to say it. I'll save you, not just Mayuri, but...
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Kurisu cuts me off sharply, then buries her face in her knees.
You asked me if I wasn't afraid. Of course I'm afraid. Maybe I'll disappear. Maybe I'll be left behind all alone. Or maybe only you will disappear and everything else will stay the same. The war will continue, and nobody will even know that you existed. I'll go back to America as if nothing ever happened. Maybe. I feel hopeless just thinking about all the possibilities. But even so...
Kurisu raises her head and spears me with her glare.
Think I would tell you to let Mayuri die?
Kurisu.
Jesus, it's cold.
Kurisu grabs her own arms. In the darkness, I see her shoulders shaking.
It's because of these wet clothes. This sucks. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. It's nothing but conjecture. Baseless. Worthless. I want to cut open my skull and excise the part of my brain that comes up with these delusions.
Kurisu has always been calm when faced with the unknown. I admired her for that. I thought she was facing this calmly too. But I was wrong. Behind her cool facade, she was struggling to cope with the knowledge that her very existence was in jeopardy. She was fighting that fear all alone, and now it's finally come to the surface. Of course she's afraid.
I know.
However brilliant she may be, she's still just an 18-year-old girl. Kurisu abruptly stands up. I realize that I no longer hear the sound of rain pouring on the roof.
Listen, Okabe. You can't save both of us, correct? No matter how you struggle, it's one or the other.
But...
No buts. My answer won't change. Save Mayuri.
I hear the pain in her voice, and also the resolve. Kurisu has made up her mind. I look away and clench my fists. My nails dig into the palms of my hands. Are you telling me to give up? To abandon you? I could never do that.
You can and you must. There's no other way.
No! You're our friend. I won't abandon you.
Okabe.
Kurisu drops to her knees and grabs me by the collar. I gasp for breath as she stares into my eyes. Her eyes are hard and stern. It's always like this when she scolds me. Always the same glare.
Is there another solution? There isn't, is there? I don't want to live if it means sacrificing Mayuri. And the world. Don't forget the world. If you don't save her, I'll never forgive you.
Ugh. This can't be happening. I hate this choice with no right answer. I hate the universe for being so cruel. And most of all, I hate myself for forcing Kurisu to speak these words when she is the one with the most to lose. Tears well up in my eyes, but I bite my lip and hold them back. Is there really no other way? I can't bear it. I look straight back at Kurisu as she holds me by the collar.
Eh?
And tightly embrace her slender body. Her clothes are still wet from the rain, but all I feel is warmth radiating from the core of her being. But you're right here. Why does it have to be this way?
Okabe.
Tension drains from her back and her hands. She gives her whole body to my embrace.
Thank you. I know you're hurting for me, but you've done enough. I'm fine. So just think about Mayuri, okay?
Despite her fear, Kurisu has made her choice. It's time for me to do the same. I need to decide, here and now. the future of the world. Which friend to let die? Holding Kurisu tightly, I whisper into her ear. I won't give up. Ever. Kurisu suddenly pushes me away. She steps back. Her face is hidden behind her hair, but her fists are trembling. Her body exudes raw fury.
This is ridiculous. You motherfucker.
I think we've already established that Okabe is a virgin, so he cannot be a motherfucker.
Well,
just saying.
If we're going by that, that word can rarely be used.
Well, no, if, like, any man who has kids is.
Any father, but normal,
Yeah.
Other people, not so much.
Whoa!
I said I was fine. What do you mean you won't give up? Are you stupid? Wanna die? Are you trying to be a hero, you Chinibio whack job? Don't make promises you can't keep. Your stupidity is infuriating. Why can't you just do as I say? What's the problem, huh? If you weigh the options logically, saving Mayuri is the only...
Fuck logic!
Ellipses.
Kurisu stares at me in shock. I'm not God. Maybe I got close, but that's not me. I can't decide who lives and who dies anymore. Suzuha, Faris, Rukako. I sacrificed their happiness to save Mayuri. And the whole time, a voice in the back of my head was asking, is this really okay? What gives me the right? This time, I want to save both of them without sacrificing anyone. Kurisu turns away with a frown, then starts tapping her foot in a clear gesture of displeasure.
There's nothing you can do. It's the choice of Steins Gate. Isn't that what you always say? The equation is proven, Okabe. There's no escape. You're just one man. No matter how hard you try, you can't overcome the will of the universe.
But I can goddamn well try. I know, but I'm still going to try. I won't lose Mayuri or Kurisu. I hear Kurisu grinding her teeth. Then she turns her back to me.
Have it your way. I'm not helping. I'm going back to America, and that's that. Goodbye. I don't expect we'll meet again, Hoi and Kyomo. Can't believe this. How stupid can you be? You're so... stupid.
Kurisu disappears down the stairs, muttering insults until I can no longer hear her. Now alone, I sigh into the darkness. Kurisu is absolutely right. I can't think of a single way to save them both. I'm a fool. And yet, I have to try. But this time, I don't have Kurisu's help. I have to fight the universe alone. How do I save both Kurisu and Mayuri? I can't use D-mail. Too much could go wrong. I don't want to make the same mistakes again. In the end, all I can do is time leap. Time leaping can't save Mayuri, but at least it can delay her death, give me time to find a solution. On this world line, Mayuri dies at 7:30 on the night of August 17th. That's about 26 hours from now. My battle has no end in sight. If only Suzuha were here, I could have asked her for advice. But even alone, I must find a way. So resolved, I start time leaping again to save Mayuri. We tried this already. It did not go well.
Yeah.
I've done this before. When Mayuri died the first time at Moika Sands, I tried time leaping to prevent her death. But I only tried running away that time. This time, I try every approach I can think of. I try hiring bodyguards to protect Mayuri. I try taking Mayuri to South America, an entire world away from Japan. I try crippling CERN with attacks on their servers, the ones that don't need the IBM 5100. I try getting Mayuri admitted to a hospital. It's hard given Mayuri's perfect health, but I manage. My goal is to keep her from dying by heart attack. I try everything I can possibly imagine. However, every plan fails. Mayuri dies again and again and again. Sometimes it's murder, sometimes an accident. But every time I leap, Mayuri dies. Maybe it really is impossible to resist fate. As long as I remain on this world line, Mayuri can't be saved. Fate will kill her every time. From Mayuri's perspective, she only dies once. But I have seen her die dozens of times. All because of me.
Well, she's dreaming about it, so from her perspective, she really doesn't die once.
Yeah. This is just piling on the trauma.
Yeah.
And yet, it no longer affects me as it used to. Little by little, I have grown desensitized to her death. In the beginning, I felt unbearable pain every time I saw her die, and murderous rage towards the one responsible. Now I feel nothing.
That's not desensitization. That's more like depression.
Yeah. The realization stuns me.
It's an emotional protective response to shut down emotional centers, so that's pretty common.
Yeah. After dozens of leaps, I finally realized what should have been obvious from the beginning. I never leaped back more than 26 hours. Why? I could go back as far as August 11th, one whole week in the past. Yet I never do. Why? Because I know that even if I do, nothing will change. I don't believe that anything will change. Every time Mayuri dies, I find myself thinking, another failure. What went wrong this time? I calmly analyze Mayuri's death, then take my data and head for the time leap machine with a sigh, like a gamer forced for the umpteenth time to restart a particularly difficult stage. I'm just going through the motions. I didn't even realize, until this moment, how routine it had all become. Now that I have, my actions suddenly seem meaningless. I can't take another step.